Brothers and sisters, the 6th of December today, and it only comes round to be on a Sunday every several years, and it is an opportunity for us to talk about the saint that we remember today on the 6th of December, being Saint Nicholas, the Archbishop of the town of Myra in Lycia, southern Asia Minor, southwestern Asia Minor. A very famous saint, and I would say that a large proportion of Orthodox Christians, both Greek and Russian and all the other nationalities, have the name Nicholas or Nick or Nicoletta or other variants of the same. This saint is celebrated throughout the Christian world and is held in very high honour not only by the Orthodox Christians but the Roman Catholic Christians as well. He was the only son of eminent and wealthy parents, Theophanis and Nonna, citizens of the city of Patara in Lycia. Since he was the only son bestowed upon them by God, the parents felt that they would dedicate their son to him. Saint Nicholas learned of the spiritual life from his uncle, Nicholas, Bishop of Patara, and accompanied him in his uncle's ministry, and so learnt from a very early age leadership in the church. He was eventually tonsured a monk in the monastery of New Zion, Nea Sion, which was founded by his uncle. Following the death of his parents, Nikolaos distributed all his inherited goods to the poor, not keeping anything for himself. And this carries over from what we spoke about last week. He was eventually ordained a priest in his hometown of Patara, and he was known for his charity, even though he carefully concealed his charitable works, fulfilling the words of the Lord, "Do not let your left hand know what your right hand does." He would give himself over to solitude and silence, considering to live that way until his death, whereupon eventually a voice came to him in a vision. "Nicholas, for your ascetic labour, work among the people, if you desire to be crowned by me." And immediately after that, by God's providence, he was chosen Archbishop of the city of Myra in Lycia, which was a neighbouring town. As Bishop of Myra, he was merciful, wise, and fearless. Nikolaos was a true shepherd to his flock. He was there during the persecution of the Christians under Diocletian and Maximian, and he was cast into prison. But even there he instructed the people in the law of God. When eventually Constantine the Great liberated the Christians, St. Nicholas was still alive in 325 when Constantine the Great called the First Ecumenical Council at Nicaea and represented his city of Myra. On 2 occasions, he saved 3 men from an undeserved sentence of death. He walked among the people as an angel of God. Even during his lifetime, the people considered him a saint during his lifetime and invoked his aid in difficulties and in distress. He appeared both in dreams and in person to those who called upon him, and he helped them easily and speedily, whether close at hand or far away. It was said that a light shone from his face as it did from the face of Moses, and he by his presence alone brought comfort, peace, and goodwill among people. In old age he became ill for a short time, and that way entered into the rest of the Lord after a life full of labour and very fruitful toil, to rejoice in the kingdom of heaven, continuing to help the faithful on earth by his miracles and to glorify God. He passed away on December the 6th, 343 AD. Now, Saint Nicholas, brothers and sisters, his relic was kept at the city of Myra from the time of his death in the 300s all the way to the late 1000s. So about 700 years, his body was interred in the Cathedral of Myra in Lycia. If you were to go today to Myra in Lycia, you will find the cathedral with the sarcophagus, or the special tomb that used to house his relic. What happened to his relic, you might ask? It was in the early 1090s, about 7 years before the First Crusade, that merchants from Italy who were trading in the Eastern Mediterranean came upon Myra, visited the Cathedral of Myra, and these merchants, businessmen, decided that we should take the relic of Saint Nicholas. They stole the relic, basically took it to their ship and took it back home. And they were traders or merchants from the city of Bari in southern Italy. And St. Nicholas's relic has been in Bari to this day since then. Setting aside the fact that there was a blatant theft, for the Roman Catholic Christians, St. Nicholas went on, it was forgotten that it was stolen, obviously, but he went on to be a very important saint in his fame and reputation for the Roman Catholics. They celebrated him, they celebrated the fact that they held his relic, they built a beautiful cathedral in his honour, and I have visited that cathedral and I have venerated the relics of St. Nicholas in Bari of Italy. And he's very famous in all of the Roman Catholic world. His name being so close, 6th of December, being so close to Christmas, only a couple of weeks, became associated with Christmas, and whom we knew as Άγιος Nikolaos eventually became Saint Nicholas, transforms through the different countries and ethnicities of Western Europe to Saint Niklaus in Germany, and eventually Santa Claus, and therefore Santa Claus as we have today. So for the Northern Europeans, the Germanic people, Santa Claus is the saint associated with Christmas and the saint who brings gifts to the children of the community. Obviously, the modern rendition of Santa Claus has nothing to do with St. Nicholas the original, but we know that it was an evolution beyond Christianity and has become a figure used by modern consumerism to express so many other things, of course. Now, for us Orthodox Christians, the saint associated with Christmas is not Saint Nicholas, it's Saint Vasilios, Agios Vasilios. He is the gift-giving saint, and he is celebrated on January the 1st. Now, parents might ask, well, what are we to do with this mess? And having been a teacher well before I was a priest, I'd probably advise the following. You don't have to follow this advice, but I think it's a good balance. First and foremost, don't confuse Saint Nicholas with Agio Vasilio. There's Saint Nicholas, you should say to your kids. There's Agios Vasilios. They lived pretty much in the same century. They didn't meet each other, but they had their own lives, and you should teach them of the life of Saint Nicholas separate to the life of Agios Vasilios. Saint Nicholas, for us Orthodox Christians, is the patron saint of sailors, so focus on that, and focus on Agio Vasilio as the gift-giving saint, celebrated on January the 1st. Now, what to do with Santa Claus, the consumer figure, the figure of modern materialism, Christmas materialism? As I said, neither call him Saint Nicholas, neither call him Agio Vasilio, just say Santa Claus. Just sort of separate it and say, well, that figure is clearly something different, not to be confused with any of our saints. Santa Claus will do. That's Santa Claus. I hope that's good advice. And being a parent myself, I have found that has helped quite well for us in our family. Now, finishing up with Saint Nikolaos and the icon of Saint Nikolaos, you would see that he's quite unique in the way he looks. There's no way you can possibly confuse his icon with any other saint. He has a balding head, and he has a short beard and short grey or white hair on the sides. He is often depicted with the Gospel in his hands, and he's wearing the bishop's omophorion, the sash that bishops wear that signifies the calling of Nikolaos to that high priestly office. Enough said about St. Nicholas. A happy name day to all of you who are called Nikos, Nikolaos, Nicoleta, Nicolina, all the variants. And I hope you enjoy your day today with your families.